Okay, this video is for the review for equations with variables on both sides. If you have not done the review yet, you need to pause the video and work out the answers and then play the video and see if you got them right. All right, these are the answers, so grade yourself. If you missed any of them, then play the video and I will work out all 10 questions. Check the solutions, see where you messed up. If you still, after watching the solutions, can't figure out where you messed up, then raise your hand and I will answer any question that you have. All right, so number 1. Okay. Anytime that you have like terms on the same side, like I'm just talking about on the same side of the equation, you have to put those together first. Like you need to put your 6x and your 2x together, and then you need to put your 1 and your 2 together. So this is going to be 8x, because 6x plus 2x is 8x. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. And then you have this side, 5x plus 6x is 11x. So now this is my new problem. I have 8x plus 3 equals 11x. So this is where I'm going to start. I should have written them closer together, but we'll be all right. So the question is, which one's smaller? 8x or 11x? Of course it's 8x. So I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides. These go away. And I'm going to get 3x over here. And then I get to keep the 3 here. I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. And I get that x is 1. Which of course is letter B. All right, number 2. I have negative 2n plus 6 equals 3 plus 2n minus n. I'm going to draw my line. Well, there's nothing to put together on this side, so I'm just going to rewrite it. But on this side, I need to put these two n's together. 2n minus 1n is just going to be 1n, because if I have 2 minus 1, I'm going to get 1, right? 2 minus 1 is 1. So I'm going to get 3 plus 1n, because 2n minus 1n is 1n. Now I'm ready to start my math. So which one is smaller, negative 2 or positive 1? Well, no matter what, any negative number is smaller than any positive number. So this is smaller. Negative 2 is smaller. So we're going to add 2n to both sides. So 6 equals 3 plus 3n. Now I just have a two-step equation. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. And I have 3n equals 3. That's weird that we have two solutions that are 1. I don't know if this is meant to be or what. But 3 divided by 3 is going to be 1 again. And this time the answer is C. Okay, moving right along. Number 3. 3 plus 4n equals 3n plus 6. We get 4n and 3n. 4n, 3n. Which one's smaller? Well, it's way easier when they're positive because everybody understands positive numbers. 3n smaller. So we subtract 3n. 4 minus 3 is 1. So we get 3 plus 1n equals 6. And it would be easier if I had drawn my line. I keep my 6 here. I keep my 3 here. And I subtract here. So I still just have a two-step equation here. 3 plus 1n equals 6. I really just have a one-step equation. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, and I get 1n equals 3. And this is fine, right? This is good. Or we could just drop this 1, and that's better. And that's C. Okay, number 4. We got -3 minus 5k equals 1 minus 6k. Okay. So I got -5k, -6k. All right, now we're going to think again. Which one's smaller? If they were positive numbers, 6 would be larger. But since they're negative numbers, 6 is going to be smaller because negative numbers work the exact opposite. So 6 is actually smaller. So we're going to add. And these are going to go away. And I got -5 plus 6, which is going to give me 1. -5 plus 6 is going to give me 1. So I keep my -3. I keep my 1. And then -5 plus 6 gives me +1. Okay. Now I got to get rid of this -3. So I got to add 3, add 3. So I got 1k equals 4. Well, again, I got 1k equals 4, which is fine. Or I could just drop that 1 because it's not -1. If it's +1, I don't even need to write it, right? And that's D. Number 5. I got 1 plus 6r equals 2r plus 5. Okay, let's highlight our variables. Okay, which one's smaller? Well, they're both positive this time, so it's very easy. Which one's smaller, 2 or 6? It's 2. So that's the one we're going to pick to move. 2 is going to go away, and now all we have to do is 6 minus 2, which is 4. So I'm going to get 4r. I keep my 1. I keep my 5. Now I just have a two-step equation. 1 plus 4r equals 5. I need to get rid of this 1. I subtract the 1. I subtract the 1. I get 4r equals 4. And then I divide by 4. And so far it's a very common answer. R equals 1. And this time it's A. I don't know if it was A before, but it is now. Okay, number 6. Negative 3m plus 6 equals 3 minus 6m. Okay. I have negative 3 minus 6m. Excuse me. I'm dying over here. So I have negative 3 and negative 6. If they were positive 3 and positive 6, 6 would be bigger. But they're negative, so 6 is actually smaller. So we're going to move the 6. So negative 3 plus 6. Negative 3 plus 6 is positive 3. So negative 3 plus 6 is positive 3. Positive 3m. I'm going to keep my 6 here. And I'm going to keep the 3 here. So now I have a two-step equation. 3m plus 6 equals 3. I wish they had different numbers, because I keep saying the same number over and over. If you're not watching the video, it might be very confusing. I need to get rid of the adding 6, so I'm going to subtract 6. So 3m equals, I need to take 3 minus 6. Notice I'm taking 3 minus 6, 3 minus 6, and that gives me negative 3. Now I'm going to divide by 3. So if I take negative 3, I'm going to clear that up. Negative 3 divided by 3, I'm going to get negative 1. And that's letter D. All right, number 7. Well, looks like a little bit harder one. I got negative 5x plus 3 equals 9 minus 2 minus 6x plus 1. Okay, so this side of the equation is already simplified. I can't put the 5x with the 3. They don't go together. But this side of the equation, I can put these things together. So if I were to create a column chart, I would have x's and I would have numbers. My negative 6x would be all by itself. Okay? The negative 6x would be all by itself in the x column. But the numbers, the 9 would go here, the negative 2 would go here, and the positive 1 would go here. All 3 of these would go in the numbers column. So all 3 of those can be combined. So let's see what they add up to be. 9 plus negative 2 plus 1. And that makes it 8. So I have negative 6x plus 8. That's really what all of this equals. So I'm going to rewrite this. So I got negative 5x plus 3 equals negative 6x plus 8. And what we really did was just simplified it so we can see it a little bit better. So now we have negative 5 and negative 6x. Which one's smaller? So think about it. If they were positive numbers, 6 would be larger. But they're negative numbers, so that means 6 is smaller. So we're going to move the 6x. or the negative 6x actually. I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to keep the 8 over here, and I'm going to keep the 3 here. Now, I'm going to add the negative 5 to the 6. Negative 5 plus 6 is 1, positive 1. So I'm going to ask you, do I need to write the 1? No, I don't. But I'm going to, just because. And I got x plus 3 equals 8. Or I could say 1x plus 3 equals 8. Either way is fine. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. And I got 1x equals 5, which is fine. What's better is if I don't write the 1. And the answer is x equals 5, which is B. So let's just recap one more time. The reason I made this column chart is because I needed to put together, and if I labeled, 9 is just a number, negative 2 is just a number, negative 6x is a variable, positive 1 is a number. That's why, I put the variable in the column, x column, and I put the numbers in the number column. And I added them up. I can only put together things that are on the same side of the equation. Negative 6x was all by itself. That's why it didn't change. But I had a 9, a negative 2, and a positive 1. And when I add 9, negative 2, and positive 1, I get an 8. And that's why I rewrote that. All right, let's keep moving. All right, what we on? Number 8. 1 plus a equals 1 minus 6a. This is a little weird. Let's fill in what they don't tell us, which is that it's 1a. So which one's smaller? Positive 1 or negative 6? Well, any negative number is smaller than any positive number. So we're going to move that 6a, that negative 6a actually. So we're going to add 6a to both sides. So we're going to get 1 equals 7a plus 1. Then we're going to subtract this 1 from both sides. And we're going to get 7a equals, and here's the weird part, when you take 1 minus 1, you're going to get 0. And that's okay, because 0 is a real number. 0 is the same number, it's just as real a number as 7, or 81, or 99. It doesn't matter. Don't be afraid of 0. Then we're going to 7 times a. So we're going to divide by 7. And we're going to work it out. So 0 divided by 7 is 0. So a is 0. And that's okay. That's a possible answer, which is C. The only thing that couldn't be possible is if 0 was on the bottom. There's a little, I guess, mnemonic device, and it says, this is okay, but this is a no-no. Okay? It's okay if the 0 is on top, like in the numerator, but if the 0 is in the denominator, that's a no-no. Okay? So just remember this. But our 0 was in the numerator, so this is just fine. So this one equals 0, and this one is undefined. All right. Number 9. We got negative 6n plus 2n equals negative 1 minus 5n. Okay, well, these two can't go together, but these two can. So let's combine negative 6 plus positive 2, and we're going to get negative 4. So we get negative 4n equals negative 1 minus 5n. And so this is our new problem. So which one are we going to move? Negative 4, negative 5. If they were both positive, 5 would be larger, but they're both negative, so that means 5 is smaller. So we're going to move the negative 5. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. So we're going to get negative 1 on this side, and negative 4 plus 5 is positive 1. And then we get 1n equals negative 1. And this is fine. But if we write it again without the 1, that's even better. So n equals negative 1. Okay, we're down to our last one. Let's hope we can fit it in here. I'll try my best. So we got x plus 1 equals negative 7 minus 5x plus 4x. Okay. So I need to put these two together. So negative 5 and positive 4 is going to be negative 1. So I'm going to rewrite it. Negative 5 and positive 1 is going to be negative 1x minus 7. And I'm also going to write a 1 over here. So which one is smaller? Negative 1 or positive 1? Well, obviously the negative of anything is smaller than the positive of anything. So we're going to add 1 to both sides. And I'm going to get negative 7 on this side and positive 2 on this side. So far I have 2x plus 1 equals negative 7. I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides, and I get 2x equals negative 8. Then I divide by 2, and I get x equals negative 4, which is C. So if you missed any of those and you watched the video and you still don't know what happened, you need to raise your hand and ask for help. I am here to help you.